With both Marvel and Star Wars having a place within the House of Mouse, it would make sense for there to be a bit of overlap between the two massive franchises. And there actually is quite a bit, at least in terms of references within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The most blatant of which comes via everyone's favorite friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but there have been a few more subtle ones here or there. So let's take a look at some of the ones you may not have caught on to. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to be notified when we upload fresh content. Cap's little book. Let's start things off with a little bit of in-universe humor. Actor Samuel L. Jackson, of course, has played rather sizable roles in both franchises. Jedi Master Mace Windu in Star Wars and Nick Fury in the MCU, specifically Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So Star Wars appearing on Captain America's list of things he needs to check out raises some interesting questions. Namely, is there an actor in the MCU that looks exactly like Nick Fury, or was Mace Windu played by somebody else in this world? Also, notice how Star Wars is crossed out. Could this be a reference to how Disney acquired Star Wars not that long before Winter Soldier's release? Potentially. Either way, nice little Easter egg. Tatooine. Despite the fact that they have yet to see any real crossover, the Marvel television offerings are still technically part of the MCU, and as such, have some of their own references and Easter eggs. Take this moment from Season 3 episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, entitled Maveth, where Agent Coulson finds himself on an alien planet. Looking up, he sees that the planet has 2 moons, remarking, "I'll be damned, Tatooine." Now, while we commend Coulson for recognizing that the two planets have a slight similarity, being the presence of 2 celestial bodies, Tatooine actually has twin suns, not moons. Close enough though, I guess. Mind tricks. The Purple Man, Kilgrave, from Netflix's Jessica Jones, is probably one of the most terrifying and disturbing villains within the MCU, due in large part to his ability to control people's minds. This power, however, also led us to one of the most direct and humorous references. In the 8th episode of the show's first season, Kilgrave approaches a pair of police officers standing watch outside of a house that he wants to get into. He uses his powers to get past them, saying, "We can go about our business, move along," as he does so. This is the exact line that Obi-Wan says to a pair of stormtroopers in Mos Eisley during episode 4, A New Hope. Jones does comment on the line, drawing attention to it, but it's still funny nonetheless. Shattered. As seen in Captain America: Civil War, Spider-Man is at the very least aware of the Star Wars films, though he isn't exactly a major fan based off of his inability to remember that the walking things are called AT-ATs or that the snow planet is Hoth. But he is a big enough fan apparently to appreciate the glory of LEGO's 4,016-piece model of the Death Star, and honestly, who can blame him? In Spider-Man: Homecoming, Peter Parker's best friend Ned spent a good amount of time at the beginning of the film trying to get Pete to hang out and work on the model. In fact, Ned is sitting with the mini battle station when he sees Peter come into the room via his bedroom window, completely decked out in his spider outfit. Ned promptly drops it in shock, completely destroying it. Apparently, Jacob Batalon, the actor who played Ned, had to do this roughly 7 different times. Imagine being the poor prop person who had to build and rebuild multiple Death Star kits. Give them a hand. Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige once said that the second phase of the MCU was, at least in his mind, their Empire Strikes Back. So how did the studio go about showing off this connection? By cutting off a lot of hands. In every single Phase 2 film, and even some of the shows that were released around the same time those films were coming out, someone at some point loses a hand or arm. For instance, Tony Stark cuts off Aldrich Killian's arm in Iron Man 3, Gamora removes both of Groot's arms during their initial meeting on Xandar early in the film, and of course Ultron helps Ulysses Klaue live up to his name after he compares Ultron to Stark, causing the murder bot to kind of fly into a bit of a rage. Now, there are definitely some differences, no one really turns out to be anyone's secret father or anything like that, but you can kind of see the connection, at least in this one small way. Now, which of these Star Wars references did you catch? Were there any that we missed that we should have talked about? Let us know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to Screen Rant for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the movies.